Hello, everybody. Welcome to our lesson number 2. In lesson number 1, we talked about the Bible, and we said the Bible is made up of 2 sections, the Old and the New Testament. Today, I'm going to be talking about the Old Testament. The Old Testament is made up of 39 books, and in these 39 books, it is separated into 4 different sections, and these sections are the first 5 books of the Old Testament is called the law, which is the law that the Lord gave to Moses. And then after the law, we have the history of the Israelites. And then after the history of the Israelites, we have something called wisdom and poetry, which is the Psalms and the Proverbs and the Ecclesiastics, which is about wisdom and praise. And then after that, we have the prophets, which is the major and the minor prophets. But what is the Old Testament about? The Old Testament, the word testament just means testimony, which means to talk about something that has already passed. So we have the Old Testament, which begins from the book of Genesis. Yes, you should know that because that was the assignment that was given in the last one. Yes, in the book of Genesis, if you open the book of Genesis from verse 1, it says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." That means that nothing existed. Only God existed. And because God existed, he decided that he was going to create the heavens and the earth. And then through that, he created many, many amazing things. But guess what? The earth was dark and there was nothing in it. If you switch off the light in your room, you will not see anything, right? Yes, that is how dark the world was. And then the Lord came and said, "Let there be light." And then when light came, he created everything else, including animals and including you and me. But the very first person he made was called Adam. So if you want to know who you are, who created you, and why you're here, you go to the book of Genesis, because God created you so that he can be with you and have fun with you and talk with you, right? So after God created Adam, he put Adam in this beautiful garden that had so many amazing trees. What are some trees that you can think about? They were all in the garden, and God told Adam that I'm going to put a tree in the middle of the garden called the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, but do not eat it. Do not. But guess what? After God created a woman called Eve, who was the wife of Adam, Eve went and she ate that fruit, and then she also gave some to her husband, which was Adam, that was with her. They disobeyed God. They did not listen to God. And because of that, bad things began to happen on the earth. It's like that tree was a door. The moment they opened the door, all the mean things just started coming in. And when they came in, people started beating each other. People started killing each other. And because of that, all these bad things started happening, right? And because God does not like bad things and God does not like to be with bad things, God decided to make a big promise with this man called Abraham. Yes, Father Abraham. Do you know Father Abraham? Yes, God made a promise with Father Abraham and told him, "I will be with your descendants," which means your children and your children's children and all the people that come after. So Abraham had a son called Isaac, and then Isaac had a son called Jacob. And then when Jacob came, Jacob's name was changed to Israel. And when Jacob's name was changed to Israel, Jacob had 12 sons, and these 12 sons became the 12 tribes of Israel. And then these people moved down to a land called Egypt, But then while they were in Egypt, the Egyptians did not like them at all. And they were beating them and doing all the bad things to them. So God took them out of Egypt through a wilderness, which means there was nothing in there. God was feeding them and giving them everything that they needed. And God took them to this land called Canaan. And again, in this land called Canaan, it had amazing fruits. It had all the nice things to eat, and God was with them in the land of Canaan. When we come back next time, we're going to talk about part 2 of what the Old Testament is about, and then I'm going to tell you the overall of what we are going to be doing about the Old Testament. You have a good day. Thank you.